Hey, remember that show we used to watch as kids? I wonder if it's as good as we remember it.
Hey everybody, this is one that took me a bit long to figure out if I actually wanted to make it. Well, no, I actually really did want to make it, but I was a bit nervous about posting it. But here I am, and here it is. It's important, and the things that are important to you are things you should always put out there. So, here we go. C.O.P.S. We're going with another Deke series, one that's fallen a bit to the wayside in years since it ran. Hell, if I bring this one up, most people I speak to don't even know it ever existed. Well, let's talk about...
It's crime fighting time.
Some shows are created to sell toys, but C.O.P.S. really was created to sell toys. Designed by the minds at Marvin & Glass Associates, a toy design company responsible for many favorites throughout the years, from Light Bright and Rock'em Sock'em Robots, all the way up to their last product, C.O.P.S. With the toy line licensed to Hasbro, an animated series produced by Deke, and a tie-in comic from DC, they certainly worked hard to get the word out for this thing. Welcome to Empire City, sometime in the future. How far? Sometime? That's all we're ever really gonna get. It's a city full of advanced technology, flying cars, cyborgs, and a criminal empire run by a Bugsy Malone-style crime boss named Mr. Big, and his organization of crooks who rule the city with an iron grip. That is until federal agent Baldwin P. Vess, aka BP Bulletproof Vess, formed the G.I. Joe-style crime-fighting team after being nearly fatally wounded trying to take down Big Boss on his own, leaving him with injuries resulting in him becoming a kick-ass cyborg. I shouldn't have to remind you guys that this came out right after RoboCop, right? Okay, speaking of G.I. Joe, the famed Joe writer and creator Larry Hama did the character profiles for the series in addition to his work on the more popular Joe series. The 65-episode run was comprised mostly of standalone adventures dealing with various criminal cases, a rotating cast of heroes and villains, with some having rather interesting rivalries that helped incentivize picking up certain combinations of figures for you to play with. Each episode ended with a PSA from various organizations like DARE or the National Crime Prevention Council. Now, watching this show with a black lead character, the lead of a law enforcement organization as well, was something that did a lot to me as a young black nerd growing up. There weren't many shows like it, with people like me as the ones in charge, and it felt good. Anyone who tells you that representation isn't a big, important issue is someone who already has a lot of representation growing up. Unfortunately, in a lot of the advertising for the figures, and even in the Mill Creek Complete Series DVD, Bulletproof is either nowhere to be seen or very much pushed off to the side. Now, the purpose of the show was to push product, and it was moderately successful at that. Each action figure and vehicle, including a cap shooting gimmick, it guaranteed it would annoy parents of whoever bought them, and sold well enough to justify its existence, but not enough to convince higher-ups to continue it. I myself remember picking up one of the long-arm figures to go to a friend's birthday party. Truth be told, it was mostly a middle-of-the-road animated series, which had some pretty good ideas, but not as much in a budget as I think it really needed. And it's one of those things that really sticks out as part of my childhood. A little-known series with a fun and interesting toy line. Sometimes a kick-ass theme song isn't enough to keep a show going, but I remember that this was a thing.
Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed the video though. Press subscribe so you're notified when I upload again.